Hey guys, happy Vlogmas. Hey guys, I'm about to go take a call from my balcony, but I wanted to tell you about some emails that I just sent. I know, so exciting. So we did this task that was a geophysical investigation task where we did electrical resistivity and induced polarization, which is you put these probes, for both of them, you put these probes in the ground and you send electrical current through it, and the current goes through the ground and then into the other probes, and you can kind of measure what the resistivity of the different ground layers are, because basically you're sending a signal down and it's bouncing off the edges of the layers. So it takes a lot of interpretation, but you can kind of see, okay, this layer is more of what you're really finding is you're seeing the salt. And so if this is a more salty layer, you can say like, okay, so this is probably either a sand or a clay, just based off what you know about the geology and what these results show. And so it's like kind of a cool analysis, because it shows you these graphs or these pictures of what's happening under the ground. But you have to interpret it, and you have to have somebody who's really good at interpreting it in order to make it useful at all. Otherwise, it just kind of looks like pretty pictures. So I am the PM, so I get to review, what's happening with these reports and kind of the technical side of it, but I'm not the technical expert. But I do track their budget, and so I just had to send them an email and say, hey, you guys provided me a budget with $42,000 to do this work. I thought it looked low, and I added on $12,000 of contingency, and you've already blown past all of the original budget, all of the contingency, and you're $2,000 over, and you haven't finished this interpretation yet. And so I sent them an email and said, hey, here's what the hours were that you gave me. Here are the hours that we had total, and here's where you're at right now. So you got to be real efficient with your time in order to, not totally overspend this budget. And so I'm going to be, as a project manager, I'm going to have to pull from somewhere else to try to offset the costs here, or it just comes out of the margin. So yeah, I'm sure it's not a fun email to get from your project manager when they're like, you guys gave me these hours and you're over budget, but it's something they need to know. And some project managers won't say anything. They won't tell you that, how much over budget you are, but then you just don't know how much to assume for next time you do this sort of work with somebody else, with a different project manager or a different client. And so I feel like it's very important that people know, so that they can change what they're doing and change, how they're pricing things, because obviously he doesn't understand how much work it takes him to do his work. And so it's part of his learning and his growth that he needs to know how much over budget he was and his team. I'm gonna go on my balcony and take this call, but I wanted to tell you about that.
0.23 times 10 to the minus 6 centimeters per second. So pretty consistent, pretty good. Very good result. I think that the
low gray. And it's a gift card.